What's the deal? What's the deal? Listen, it's your boy ODM Slim. Man, look, you see us out here grinding. It's me, Sloss and Mac. We out here thirsty. We need the money. Let's get it. Y'all play too much. Subscribe to our channels. We gonna keep you the hot stuff. We gonna keep you everything. Stop playing with it. We're not Milk 74.
What's the deal, YouTube? What's the deal? It's your boy ODM Slim, and I'm back again with another one. Look, all my Mud members and Mud family, make sure y'all tap in with that membership, man. The membership will be getting a lot of these lives, a lot of these things on beforehand and all that, picking which ones to release and all that. So make sure I tap in with the membership. All right, and this episode is Wack100 in the paperwork. Shout out to Damu QA Conversations, Yael, Dude Sam, and all the niggas over there that's been keep pushing the content out. Keep them coming. But let's get into the content.
First cousin. Remember I was starting the strikes? Yeah, that's him. We need you. Likewise. Call me. All right. Dude that spoke on Shaq, he's completely right. Because I was caught up in the middle of all that.
Oops.
Dude that spoke up on Shaq was completely right. Because I was caught up in the middle of all that. And I believe the dude that spoke up with Shaq is Mark Stevens. Remember that. Keep Mark Stevens in y'all think, because he was completely right. Remember that.
First of all, there were no arrests made other than Cash Jones.
Wack100, most famously known for arguing on Clubhouse, has been exposed as an confidential informant in paperwork recently released by defendant Money Mark and Stutter Box. Before we play the recording of Money Mark, who was the main defendant in this case, confirming Wack is back, let's take a look back to when Wack himself spoke on this case and admitted to meeting with the feds and also saying they owe him a favor.
Once they hit my motherfucking home office, that's when they called the search off. Because in the home office, he then discovered the house and the cars and everything they thought was up under my name, that had that living beyond the means excuse to come in there, was all up under different corporations.
Okay, I beg different. The reason I say that is because before a search warrant will be conducted, they know who property is owned. Sometimes they get the rights to the property owner. If you live in somebody else's building or somebody else's thing, they get them to sign off on it too. So they knew, guaranteed that if it was in a corporation name, they knew. You know what I'm saying? They knew. That's if it was in the corporation name. We believe in what you're saying right now. If it was a corporation, they knew. There's no such thing if they didn't know. They gotta go to your office and find it and see that. No.
Wack is claiming that FBI did not know his house was not in his name before entering his home, and once they found his paperwork in his home office, they called off the search.
Stop it.
How does the FBI not have this information prior to search warrant?
Right.
My attorney would go down to the federal building on Wilshire Boulevard.
That's the key thing right there. I want y'all to understand right there. That's the key. That's the key right there, bro. Me and my attorney go to the federal building on Wilshire Boulevard, 64th floor. What is Greg? That's why I knew Greg Caden is LAPD. Don't have nothing to do with the feds. Don't have nothing to do with the feds.
Right up to 405. We go up top. Now I get up top, I'm tripping, nigga. So when I tell the motherfuckers, hey, look, y'all raided my house. Y'all had motherfuckers cuffed up in my house. Y'all did all this shit, and y'all know damn well I was clean. Y'all embarrassed me. This, that. We filed the suit. When we get outside with my attorney, two officers that's depicted in there came to the front of me and my attorney said, hey, look, man, let this shit go. This shit gonna fuck. This ain't gonna look good on us. We didn't know you. That boy put us on you, right? But
so that right there shows that Wack100 was arrested. Remember, he said that only person got arrested was Cash Jones, right? So that tell you right there, he was down at the federal office. His attorney came to the federal office. He tried to say he was on the outs. Who get caught with the guns and all that type of stuff, and you just out. No, your attorney came down there. You was in the interrogation room with your attorney, and they said this stuff.
We owe you one.
Wack is explaining going down to the federal building trip.
Now, let me take this. Where in hell, listen, that's the federal building, that's 64th floor, that's the one right there. And next to it is that park. Where in hell that a street person supposed to have favors from the feds. See, this is the thing I'm talking about. This how I see. I won't hear somebody say, "Oh, that's what we slacking at. We supposed to have feds in our pocket. We supposed to have this and that." Every person that had the feds in their pocket, they all went down, and the feds people, they still stayed up.
And basically the detectives telling him on the spot that Stutterbox told us on you. This seems a little odd that detectives would give up someone who is supposedly working for them name.
Right. So the police will give you a name, a federal informant, give you their federal informant name on an ongoing case. Highly doubt it.
And also begged to drop the lawsuit and let us owe you a favor. Wack has told this story on several occasions, changing it up a little each time.
When I got up to the top floor, when we went to go get my personal belongings, me and my attorney, when I saw the two women with that FBI flak jackets come out,
Two women.
that Stutterbox would always invite to dinner when we was eating at Stevie's on the Strip, that's when I knew what time it was. When we come off the elevator, I see a bunch of people in FBI flak jackets. Guess who one of the persons I see? The fucking female from New Orleans that asked about the 5 keys.
Sounds like a scene from Power. Was it one or was it two women? Now Wack100 decides to use his favor the detective promised him and calls it in. Listen to how easy it is for Wack100 to get the information. These is words coming from Wack, and like he always says, the truth could never be considered disrespect.
Right.
I'm sitting back, I called my attorney. I said, hey, yo, call that officer, I need to have a word with him. Yo, didn't you say that Stutterbox is a cooperant for you? Yeah,
Yeah. So he telling me that he called an FBI agent, and an FBI agent, not in person, but over the phone, told him that Stutterbox was a documented agent. Right? All the stuff. So this how he know that Stutterbox is an agent, right? But in multiple different places, he say that Stutterbox told him that he was working. So what is it?
Documented on paper. Yeah, documented. He's a CI. Been that for 6-7 years.
He's a CI, confidential informant. Confidential informant. Not public informant. Confidential informant. So why would I tell somebody that's on an ongoing case about a confidential informant?
You got the paper and all, whatever y'all use. Yeah, we got that. Okay, yo, contact this dude. Have them call Stutterbox to the stand. Yeah, I called it in that day, and I did sue, but I used the card and that was it.
Stutterbox alleges that Wack100 was caught on a wiretap with Dale Dog conspiring to commit murder. This is why his house was raided and led him to working with the police's back. Stutterbox explains to Juice M's that Wack gave up his address.
His house got raided because he was on the wiretap with Dog, you know?
What is Mark saying
He was on a wiretap with Dog. Rest in peace, Dale Dog, man. Now listen. This is very important. He was on a wiretap with Dog, right? Trying to conspire to commit murder. Remember, and then all these other things, he tell Tiny Draw, I was the target on that case. He told Stutterbox, you had nothing to do with that. Watch this.
Had to do with the case, bro.
Wack, listen, in the paperwork, it said you tried to call Dog, remember?
Right.
And he won't take your call. And I sent it to you. And he said
I talked to Dog.
Boom, 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 boom. I talked to Dog. Wack trying to give you information about.
I talked to Dog. That whole Main Street shit, that was your play. I had nothing to do with it. I was a victim. I was a victim.
There you have it. Wack admitting to being a victim on the case, talking to Dale Dog, and also saying Money Mark was completely right.
Dude that spoke on Shaq, he's completely right, because I was caught up in the middle of all that.
Stutterbox said you in my paperwork on wiretap, right?
So Stutterbox confirmed that Wack was included in his paperwork.
On the Main Street.
On the Main Street case.
Which he wasn't charged. But this guy is saying the only person that was arrested
was Cash Jones.
If Greg's credibility hurts.
But just because he said he was arrested doesn't mean he was charged. So he was the only person that was arrested was Cash Jones. So they arrested Cash Jones, got him this and that, and turned on the main streets, and they went out their hands.
The findings of the entire task force, or not?
Well, first of all, there were no arrests made other than Cash Jones.
When you get the discovery, was part of that the actual wiretap? The whole transcript. I got the whole transcript. The whole transcripts of the whole wiretaps. And do you, in that paperwork, do you see your conversation with Cash Jones in them transcripts?
That was the initiating. That was the.
Now listen, right there. That's what people keep passing up. That when he was trying to get Dale Dog number, that was the initiating wiretap. That's the first one, which means he put them on to them niggas. I said again, that was the initiating, means that was the first one to put them on to these niggas. Straight up. So Wack100 initiated the wiretaps. Straight up.
Initiating when they started recording.
Right.
Damn.
Cash Jones.
And the paperwork they put him as back. BACK. And
right.
I kept asking
the Wack boy in a minute.
The lawyer, like, who the fuck is? I ain't talked to no back.
Nasty.
And they said, nah, that's Wack. So they put him in back because he a blood. So
wow.
Now I can see him not putting him at back because he a blood. That part could be probably wrong. You know what I'm saying? Now I think it probably put him as, it could be a typo. That's how I feel, that he thought when he said Wack, he thought he said back. Like, so it just what it was. You know what I'm saying? The person that typed the transcripts up, he might have put back, nigga, but he probably would meant to put Wack. You never know. But the CS2 part wasn't a typo.
Okay. Was this back also referred as confidential source number 2?
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Correct.
That's nasty work. We don't even need to play no more of that. You got.
Met him with the homie stutter box. That's how I first came to meet Wack, was through the homie stutter box. Right? When I met him, dude was driving trucks, seemed to be cool. Box was like, yo, this was his neighbor across the street. He seemed to be cool. When Stutterbox defected, Wack picked up the phone and was basically being the interim, the middleman, because he was giving me, he was telling.
Because he was defected too. And that was how he was gonna get off. That's how he was gonna get off of the case, because he was defected as well. So I gotta get off this shit. I gotta give something up. That's how they do it, especially the federal game. They grab a small fish, throw him back out there to get a bigger fish, then throw him and get a bigger fish. You know what I'm saying?
Telling me Stutterbox was defected, and I was like, okay, but my whole thing is, if he defected, why are you fucking with him?
Right.
So he says that Stutterbox defected, and then you get some phone calls asking to speak to someone else, right?
Yeah, he called me. He called me, man. It was, man, a series of calls, 4 or 5 calls. He wanted to reach out to the homie, rest in peace, Dale, though. And I don't give out nobody nav.
Right.
So I called the homie, Dale, dog. I'm like, yo, homie, you want to holler at this dude or what? Because he keep calling me. And he was like, nah, I'm good on that. I don't want to holler at dude.
So at some point, you get a
Oh, you don't want to do no hollering?
Wack100's Cash Jones.
Hell no.
And when he contact you, what did he contact you concerning?
He wanted to reach out to Dale Dog, rest in peace. And he wanted to give Dale Dog some information that he had gotten from Stutterbox. Right? It's like he was giving.
So now listen, he's claiming to the main streets instead of telling them that the Johnnies told me that Stutterbox defected. He don't say that. He said I could have went to down with it, and he don't tell him none of that. He don't say nothing. This is after all this stuff happened. When he already got arrested and stuff. So he don't say, I got arrested. This happened. The woman with stutter box or the lady stutter box had on. He don't say none of these things that he later on says. He don't say none of these things. He don't say nothing. He says he's affected and the wires, the lines are compromised. So they tapping the lines. I'm telling you, I tapping the lines. But at that same time, give me Dale Dog number.
Getting information from Stutterbot on what his plan was and what the get down was gonna be. And he wanted to talk to the homie and talk to him. And Dog wasn't getting on the line with him. And he kept blowing me up because he wanted me to get him on the line.
Smart man. Rest in peace to Dale Dog, man.
Rest in peace to Dog.
So he's talking about the phones is being compromised. Is that one of the things that he told you?
Well, the homie Dale Dog never trusted dude. Follow me? Right. So
Smart man. Smart man. My nigga Yael was kind of smacking the shit out that gum though. But yeah, smart man.
Dog didn't know was the lines compromised or was they wired up for sound or not. He just wasn't gonna chance it.
Now let's jump into two more situations Wack100 himself discussed about his encounters with the FBI.
Right.
Fans just called my phone 2 hours ago.
What they talking about?
I seen the shit, right? So first, I've been trying to get gang passport cleared. I said, maybe it's the, the passport people, right? So I said, I ain't gonna answer. Let me put the recorder on, then I called back.
So this is what type of nigga this nigga is. You hear me? This type of nigga this nigga is. The nigga said he see the people calling his phone. Right? I think it's for game passport. All right. But fuck this answering the phone and cause it's game passport, this and that. I'm a call back. A lot of times you can't even call back them numbers. So I'm gonna call back and put the recording on. Come on, bro.
Niggas straight feds. So they asked me, have I been threatened? I said, what? What are you talking about? They talking about the boy, right? So that let me know they on his line. They didn't heard something.
To me, this is a tactic for him trying to scare. He tried to scare Jay Prince. He'll try to scare. Oh yeah, nigga, they on his line. Johnny's on his line. They called me. Yeah, right.
Information has been provided that you've had some disagreements with Mr. Prince. Are you familiar with him?
I know who he is, but I don't have no issues with Mr. Prince.
Okay.
Mr. Prince. First and foremost, if somebody gonna call you and try to attach you to the situation, I heard you had to give arguing back and forth. You know what I'm saying with. You know what I'm saying? The full name. They're not going to say Mr. Prince. Mr. Prince. You know who Prince is? His name is his full name. Mr. Prince. Oh, I know who Mr. Prince is, but I don't have no issue with Mr. Prince. Womp, 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 womp.
Okay. So,
a disagreement is a disagreement. I don't know how that factors in the FBI.
Well, I think Mr. Jones, on the YouTube videos going back and forth with him calling you a snitch and you calling him one and all of that.
Okay.
Him calling you a snitch, you calling him one, and all of that.
Where we received information that there was possibly a disagreement.
Wack hired a crisis actor to impersonate the FBI. He posted a screenshot of his call log and bureau was spelled wrong. Was this Wack way of
weirdo
alerting the authorities he has issues with Jay Prince? Wack has threatened 9,000 people on the internet, threatened to put a bag on people's head, claim he supplied guns to gangs.
Them same niggas you talking about when they went to war, guess who they had to come see to get their tools, bro? Big you all up. Wack. Crip niggas gotta come see me.
Why would the FBI be calling a big-time gangster like Wack100 to make sure he's okay? unless there is a relationship between the two parties which could have started when the felon was caught in Texas with firearms.
Speak on it. Speak on it. I had this paperwork. This is all this is. Listen, bro. The man got caught with guns, multiple firearms coming across state lines. And it wasn't even a case. It wasn't even a court date. It was some stuff that came in like, look, he's the Johnnies. He's a part of us. Like, don't do this and that. And they threw the case out like some just regular. Like, what the hell? Like, it's just mind blowing. And Texas too. They like to hang riggers. You know what I'm saying? They like to hang riggers. Come on, let's keep it real. But not Wack 100.
Wack has accused rapper T.I. of snitching for only serving 1 year for illegal firearms, claiming that there was no way he could have only got that little time without telling.
All right, so T.I. did a year, right? And he snitched, guaranteed. You did nothing. So what the fuck you do? You a CI, because you did nothing.
Wack100 alone with his brother was arrested in Texas for unlawful carrying of a firearm by a felon. There was never a court date, no discovery on file, just a brief in support of motion to suppress. The case was dropped in 2011 in the interest of justice. Wack needs to do what he asked everyone else to do. Produce the paperwork, not just the order to dismiss.
Right.
Explain how a felon gets caught with guns crossing state lines. What happened to your co-defendant? Dismiss. Explain how a
Oh my God. Explain. You know what I'm saying? They trying to take it down from War Star and all that. But we gonna keep pressing it out. Dude Sims, I got your back. Jael, I got your bag. Messy Marv, I got your bag. Hot girl. What's the deal? You know what I'm saying? Explain. Down moves, key ways. You know what I'm saying? Spotted, I see you. Explain, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the down move key ways, you know what I'm saying? And keep them conversations going. You know the truth.